All right. All right. So we live. So we got my man Ian back. We got Black Seed back. We got Dr. Mo Lamb on the screen share for us. I appreciate you, Mo, coming the last minute. So I want to have a discussion about. We want to like give you a nuance. Especially this is for men and women, and hopefully some women will fall in. Ian and Black Seed, y'all can either send this link out to your Facebook and your Twitter. But I want to talk about this because this is a very nuanced discussion. We got into it a little bit yesterday, and me and Prime got into it a couple of days ago, where we were talking about how women's tastes have changed in men because in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, your leading actors were normal guys. They were average guys. They weren't exceptionally handsome or exceptionally tall or exceptionally eloquent. Well, they were eloquent. Let me take that back. Because James Earl Jones was one of the vanguards of that, right? Even though he's not a black man, Yul Brynner, if you remember, Yul Brynner was popular for his voice, right? But most leading males in our sitcoms and movies were normal looking guys. This is why the first picture I want to show you is Lou Gossett in Roots, right? Now, mind you, we understand this is the depiction of slavery, but it's not like Lou Gossett was in modern day terms would be considered a sex symbol, right? Now, LeVar Burton, who's opposite of him in that picture, was a young stallion at that time, and he was on the come up as far as being attractive. But Lou Gossett Lou Gossett had the hair off. He had the hair on the side and none on the top. And if you remember, television sitcoms where a lot of the black men played in, you saw that, right? You saw the balding, right? Because at that time, balding was considered distinguished, right? It considered like grown man, grown man thing. So I wanted to show you that. Bring up the picture of Sherman Hemsley, Mo.
Uh-oh.
What happened? You lost your screen share?
No. This is no.
Because it's not up there no more. So.
It's not there?
Mm-mm.
Uh-oh.
He said, what happened? Your computer?
It timed out.
Oh my God.
No, the screen share timed out. There you go.
All right, let me get it. All right, there we go.
Is this him?
So no, that's Lance Gross. Ain't no Sherman.
Which one is it?
Help her, Jesus.
I don't know. Is this him?
No, that's Calvin Lockhart. That's
you should label these things.
You know who Sherman him? George Jefferson.
Oh, hold on.
There you go. So if you look at George, right? Look at his hair, right? His hairline receding. And this is the younger Sherman Hemsley as far as like the beginning of the Jefferson. So he still had like the half fro, as I like to call it, right? Not a bad looking guy, but he is a normal guy. He's an average guy, right? And so women, the scope and the optics of that time was showing men in a more average light. Do y'all feel me, Ian and Black Seed?
Yeah. Agree.
Yeah, y'all understand what I'm saying, right? So think about this. At this time, you had Good Times, John Amos, right? Receding hairline, very well-built man, pause, right? Very masculine in his stature. Would you agree with that, Monica? Like, you remember John Amos from Good Times, right? Remember James?
Yes.
Right? Very manly, right? But he wasn't the most attractive, right? He was a normal working class man, correct?
Yep.
So in the 70s of blaxploitation films, you had a guy, Calvin Lockhart, right? Now you could bring up the Calvin Lockhart picture, Mo. The one with him, the black and white picture with him looking over his left shoulder, right? So Calvin Lockhart, which is him right in the screen, was the pretty boy of that moment. So he was in Uptown Saturday Night, Let's Do It Again, Cotton Comes to Harlem. He was in a Legion. He was even in a bunch of Italian movies, which a lot of people don't know about. He did a lot of movies in Italy because of his appearance, right? Now, he was Bahamian, if I'm not mistaken, by ancestry. His parents was from the Bahamas. But when all these movies, he fit this role because they say he stood about 6'2.5". He had this very raspy voice. Then he had this like golden brown skin, this well put hair, right? He wasn't going bald. So he played all these roles in those movies. I remember him being Silky Slim in Uptown Saturday Night. He was I forgot his name in Let's Do It Again, but he had a dope name. And so what I'm trying to illustrate is that women of that time will look at these men as sex symbols, right? The normal looking guy. And then Calvin Lockhart was the actual attractive guy, right? He was the man that brought women to the yard, right?
I told you that yesterday. I told you
Say
that.
Again?
I told you that women don't fuck with masculinity no more. That's why they want the money.
Ian is on fire today, Jack. So you're right. Listen, we're gonna get into that, Ian. So now let's bring up when we were children, right? Let's look at a slight shift, right? So bring up the Carl Winslow picture, Monica. That's Uncle Phil, but we can leave Uncle Phil there as well. But also bring up the Carl Winslow picture. Lord Jesus.
My bad.
No, it's okay. So if you look at the Carl Winslow picture, right? When you look at the Carl Winslow picture, he's a chubby man, right? Once again, receding hairline, right? You wouldn't consider him, I guess, as a woman at that time, you wouldn't consider him ugly, nor would you consider him overtly handsome, right? Or exuberantly handsome, right? But he was a cop, he was a father, and he was a husband, right? And he was the center of masculinity, a provider for his family. You know, you didn't see him get drunk ever on the show or do anything wild. You know, Harriet was a little on the masculine side at times, but Carl had his say to an extent in the house, right? Now go to Uncle Phil. Go back to the Uncle Phil picture. All right, so Uncle Phil, think about him. I remember meeting him one time in Atlanta. He was about 6'2", maybe 6'1.5". He was heavy. He had slimmed down. And this was post Fresh Prince. But once again, balding. Now here's the thing. If you remember the Fresh Prince, right? If you remember the Fresh Prince, the butt of the jokes from Will was either picking on the lack of height of Carlton or Uncle Phil's lack of hair, right? Him being big and him not having hair. So think about where we at now in actors, right? When you think about sitcoms, so go to Lance Gross, Mo. Lance is the one with the big headshot of him smiling, looking like a chocolate Jesus. You know who Lance Gross is, right? From House of Pain. There you go, perfect. So let's look at Lance, right? Cheekbones, hairline intact, you know what I'm saying? Even skin tone. You were seeing him every day on the Tyler Perry show. I think House of Pain was on like every day on TBS, damn near, right? So you see him in syndication. You also see him in a bunch of movies, right? He's not in a lot of movies now as he was 3 to 4 years ago when he had that run, but he is in a bunch of movies. You know, he was in a bunch of movies. He's the leading man, right? He was the attractive black man. All right, go to Michael B. Jordan, Mo. All right, look at this, right? So imagine you going up to a woman, you 40 years old, belly hanging over your pants. You might have all your hair, you might not, but this is who she wants, right? Hold
on. You can't use him because remember, the sister said that nigga was corny. He probably know where his birth certificate at and shit. Come on now.
Yeah, but that's one. But you got to look at that's one opposing opinion versus a lot of women who drew over Michael B. Jordan. There's a reason why. But hold on, Ian. There's a reason why they're gonna keep shoving you Michael B. Jordan, right? They're not concerned with that one woman. There's a reason why Michael B. Jordan is gonna be in Black Panther 1 through 18. There's a reason why Michael B. Jordan is going to be in Creed 1 through 20. There's a reason why Michael B. Jordan is going to be in these movies, right? Because to most women, he is still attractive. So let me ask you a question. If you made Louis Gossett 30 years old right now, and Michael B. Jordan 30 years old right now, who's getting a woman?
No. I mean, no, I have no argument. I'm just saying, from my standpoint, the women are just skewed. I don't think they really. What I'm saying is that I think the women are confused. I think.
I don't dispute that, but what I'm trying to illustrate through this, right, is that Mo's mama and daddy, Mo's mother did not compare her father to a Michael B. Jordan or Lance Gross, or find the Idris Elba pic. You know who Idris Elba is, I'm sure, Mo.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He said he was
right.
the biggest man in the world and shit.
Right. So Mo's mama didn't compare her dad, right? Mo, think about this, Mo, to him, right? Because she didn't see him on television. So Mo's mom probably compared her dad to James from Good Times, right? Are you a provider? Are you willing to spank these kids, right? Are you willing to go out there in the jungle and feed your family? You understand what I'm saying? The attraction now level has risen because all they see optically on television are these sex symbols. How many regular men are you seeing on television? Bring up the Michael Ealy picture, Mo. Okay. That's the right. Look at. So how many men look like that? That
me
look like
right
Ian.
there. That's me.
That's Ian and Black Seed. That's Ian and Black Seed, and I'm hating on both of you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hating both of you for that. But what I'm saying is, how is the average man going to compete if the woman has her heart set on a guy that looks like Michael Ealy, in reference to 30 years ago, a guy who looked like Sherman Hemsley? Which one is more weighted in statistics? The guy that's going to approach her looking like Sherman Hemsley, or the guy that's going to look like Michael Ealy?
No, I and you know what? What I'm saying is, I agree with you. What I'm saying is, we even passed that point where that nigga in that picture ain't nobody, because I'm just saying, women are turning down all type of niggas. I'm just saying, they are. They turning niggas down left and right. Even that nigga right there is getting turned down by chicks. You know what I'm saying? For real. I'm saying, yeah.
Well,
everybody. I'm saying that point where we was at, where you making a comparison, we are beyond that point. So keep going to where we at now.
Well, that's where we at.
Let me just say. Let me say one thing.
Go ahead.
E, we agree with you, but there's no man or woman that is booking everybody, fam. I mean, Halle Berry had to admit that she's done got turned down before. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you, but yo, keep killing them out here, fam. Trust me, it's no shortage. There's no shortage with regards to that. It can only be increases depending on how he's casted, particularly because he's a public figure or whatever. But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Look, they looking for a female equivalent to this dude is what they looking for now. In 2024, they looking for the female version of him. That's the new man of the year. Is is the female version of him.
Yo, you funny.
I would try not to laugh. He say the female version. Why you say that? Why you say that? Because you see all those females getting married to each other and all the proposal videos.
Yeah. Shit, especially here in Atlanta. Shit. Man, them chicks is going after before they look at that nigga, they looking at a female for real.
Now what's funny is when they have a breakup and they be like, I should have stayed with a man. Be like, you thought it was gonna be different.
Fact. So or they get that itch. And they break their streak.
And that plastic can't do nothing.
So Ian, your point is that they're dealing more towards the women now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But that's Atlanta. So you talking about in the Atlanta area?
Yeah, because when I'm saying, because see, typically, because see, I'm in Atlanta now. You know what I'm saying? So I've been, Atlanta has I've been traumatized here, like I said, so here, that guy right there,
no play.
They're looking at him. The first thing they looking at him, they saying, "Oh, that nigga's gay," is what they saying. That's what.
True. That is true.
They saying.
Listen,
Yeah,
Ian,
I'm over here laughing.
Ian, they said that to me when I used to be running them streets of Atlanta. The first thing if you met a woman in Compound, 112, what's the other one? That's the first thing they said to you. Yo, are you on the download? I'm telling you, I agree with that part. I can attest to. Women, the first thing, I don't care if it was Lenox Mall. Matter of fact, Lenox Mall was the first place in America that I seen where you had all these beautiful women on one side of the mall, and on the other side of the mall, all the other men were holding hands. So I agree.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was a shell shock. And that was 2005.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. This is 2024 now, bro. I don't know. Listen, what I'm saying is, I don't think that they have a type anymore. I think, yeah, that's good. You know what I'm saying? See, okay. So you know where he's making his money off? White women. All right. He's getting his success based on white women. Black women ain't gonna give a fuck about that nigga right now.
Yo, he is out of control.
I gotta disagree with you on that, fam. I gotta disagree. I understand your point, and I will say that there's some merit to that. But yeah, dog, nah. I mean, cause you gotta think, man. You dealing with the whole country. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you, man. Be safe out here. You dealing with the whole country, man. So you literally got chicks that's slobbering over a dude like this. And really, what puts him in the forefront is that he's famous, right? So I would agree with you that it's probably a bunch of cats like him walking around Atlanta, just like it's a bunch of cats like me walking around DC. And you can walk through a group of chicks, and you might have one or two looks, but they might not bat an eye, or there isn't going to be, there ain't a whole lot of action that's taken there. But I mean. Yeah, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Exactly. They not listen, man. That nigga can walk down the street and a chick is not necessarily checking for that nigga. That's it. The only reason he's gonna become valuable if she can make some other bitch jealous. If she's just biased, if it's no situation where she can't use him, his look, that ain't what the fuck he look like is like. Was she like? What good is that to me?
I definitely think that those women are out there, but there's a lot of chicks out here, for real.
Yeah, I think you're isolating. I think you're isolating the Atlanta market, which is totally a different market from a lot of the United States. We talked about this yesterday.
Yeah.
Los Angeles market of women is totally different from New York market of women, right? And
DC too.
And DC too, right? So
Florida.
At the end of the day, what I'm illustrating, and it's not like y'all don't know what I'm illustrating, but what I'm illustrating is that television from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, right, with the pictures that Mo showed, right? So, matter of fact, Mo, share your screen one more time. Bring up Yaphet Kotto real quick. Bring up Yaphet Kotto. The one like he got a squirrel on his head. Bring up Yaphet Kotto.
You said it look like he got a squirrel on his head?
Squirrel on his head?
Like a dead squirrel on his head. Go through the pictures. I'll show you.
Okay.
Right there.
Go back.
Right there. The other one. Go back. Right there. Look at Yaphet Kotto. How you telling me Yaphet Kotto could be a lead actor in 2023? No. Look at that. Right? Am I tripping?
I told you the white women is not fucking with him, so he can't do it. The black women.
But listen what I'm saying. No woman is messing with no Yaphet. Look at that on his head.
Little Yaphet.
Ain't nobody to see. Yaphet Kotto was just a great actor. That's my point, Ian. Women at that time, right? The point I'm making again is this: the actors, right, at that moment of the world, of the society, of our cultural basis, right, allowed the normal guy. Think about how many men you saw in blaxploitation movies and in just like sitcoms in the 70s that had a gut and was wearing tight bell bottoms and still had women. Right? Am I tripping? You remember some of the bodies these men had?
No.
They weren't right. They weren't in the pinnacle of fitness, right? Right? Because that's what happened, right? You didn't have to have a six pack in order to be appealing to a woman. But if you look at it now, not just the Caucasian women that you're speaking of, but you gotta understand, television does rule the mind. And if it ain't television, it's social media, right? So it's not now women are waiting for Jesus to send them their Michael B. Jordan, to send them their Idris Elba. They not waiting for them to send them ugly Andre. You understand? That's
Yo,
what I'm
you
saying.
funny.
They not waiting them to send my funny looking self. They waiting for Jesus to send them their King Idris. You dig?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. That's the difference. The difference is normal was sexy. Or maybe let me just say this. Normal was normal. Now normal is the
but I agree.
exceptional.
No,
Yeah.
no. You already drove that point home for sure. Nah. You made that point has been made. You made that point. Yeah, you were clear on that. Yeah, we're in agreement.
But see, so but the back end of that point, or the crux of the argument is, do men understand that? I don't think, if you think about your peers, Ian, if you think about your peers, Black Sea, and even Mo, can you really ask yourself, Mo, and Mo, you and I know we laugh at a lot of these conscious community shows in the back chat because we see guys more concerned with historical anachronisms and conjecture than actually having functional relationships with men or women. When I say men, just being a good friend to a guy without being all sensitive, or actually knowing how to speak to a woman. But they could tell you everything about a historical anachronism of a country they've never been to, or actual a civilization they really haven't studied, but can't tell you when the last time they went on a date, right? Because they live in a bubble. And I don't think men have understood that, like, yo, I can't be normal, right? If I can get some Ian cream or Black Sea cream to rub on my face so I can be handsome, I do it. Because I know I can't compete.
Right. Okay. So that's another point. That's another point. So, but but here's the thing: even if they realize it or not, that's still not going to improve their situation with the women, because the women, they don't have a standard. They really don't have a standard. You might get lucky if you put the cream on, but they still don't have a fucking standard, though. You know what I'm saying?
Ian, listen, Ian.
Ian funny. Ian is not gonna let Ian is not gonna let them. He don't want him to knock you.
Let me tell you something, Ian. Let me tell you something, Ian. If you was in, let's just say, what club is popping in Atlanta right now as we speak? What club is popping? Is Compound still popping?
Yeah.
All right, so let's say Compound, right? Compound is a legacy club at this point, right? So let's say you're in Atlanta, Ian in there, deck to the 9, right? Curl is doing right, line up straight, right? Who's gonna get the girl, Ian?
Listen,
the dude with the 2 gold teeth in the front.
Listen, bro. Listen.
Go ahead.
Back in the day, bro, when Buckhead was popping, right? I was dancing with a chick. Her 2 friends came in. The girl was feeling me, right? Her 2 friends came and basically snatched her off of the floor because she was having too much of a fucking good time with me, right? I came back. No, and it's not a fluke. I came back a second time. The chick was by herself dancing. I started dancing with her, right? She was feeling me. They did that shit again, nigga. I'm saying. And this is over 10 years. How long ago? How long ago was this? This was shit. Maybe this was 15 years ago. Bro. 10, 15 years, bro. These chicks are wild, bro. They wild. They wild, man. They wild, bro. I don't understand. I don't understand it, bro. I don't understand it, man. Help me.
Okay, so you're going more towards cultural interaction more than actual what social media and media has done to.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Right,
The social cultural pressures
standards. Yep.
is superseding all of this is true, but the fucking culture, bro, is fucking will trump that every time, bro.
Modern day, I would say.
Absolutely. See, Mo, that's the point, right? We're talking modern day because, once again, I remember, like, if you talk to an OG, if a woman came to your apartment in the 80s, or let's just say the 70s. If a woman came to a man's apartment in the 70s, if he had a floor model TV, he got the drawers, right? He didn't have to be in shape, right? Okay. You know me. I am a lover of books that kind of gives you a narrative of what led to a point that you're at now, right? But I'm also a lover of blaxploitation films. I'm a big thing about that because I feel like blaxploitation films they were all like, they predicted actually America now, right? But there's one that I love called Coffee with Pam Grier.
Hey, bro, I was just about to say.
Right. Her boyfriend was a politician, right? He was a local politician. He was if I'm not mistaken, he was on the council, right? But he was running for mayor. And this was, I'm not talking about an average built guy. He had height, but he was like skinny fat. He had not a muscle in his body. And he had an afro that started behind his ears with Pam Grier, who was the finest black woman on the planet. That's why she got all those movies at the time, right? So even that movie, the average guy got Pam Grier.
But
right?
you know what? Okay. You know what?
Mm-hmm.
The other side of that
is
that women didn't take themselves so fucking serious. So it balances itself out. Fine women didn't you know what I'm saying? A fine chick now, she'll walk down the street and fucking turn you like the fucking free like the Mr. Freeze and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Ian is wild, man. Ian is a wild boy, man. Ian
you know what I'm saying?
Wild,
but see, back then, the finest chick in the world would talk to any nigga.
That I can't go with. Mm-mm.
No.
Nah, bro.
When I say
brother.
No, hold on. No. When I say talk to, what I'm saying is she'll at least be human with the motherfucker.
If he had,
you mean cordial interaction.
Have a conversation. Yes,
cordial
exactly.
interaction.
Yes, and
but I still gotta disagree with that.
And if that nigga can pull some tricks in that span of time that she give him, yo, it's on.
Yo, fam, but it's the same way now, though. It's the same way now. I mean, there may be some change. I'm not denying that, but I mean, like even now, I mean, if you got game, all right, or you understand female psychology, you can get a lot further than somebody who may be easy on the eyes. Mm-hmm. You understand? So easy on the eyes to get you the opportunities, but I mean, a lot of cats is fumbling. You feel what I'm saying? They ain't got tight hands. So when cats may not, I mean, we all use our strengths. So a cat might not be Idris Elba type, right? Mm-hmm, but there's other aspects about them that they can basically, there's other aspects about them that would be attractive to the opposite sex. You know what I'm saying? So
No,
yeah.
no, bro. Women today, bro. Women, listen, women. I'm spitting my food out.
Hey,
Bro,
Black Seed,
Don't
man.
do that. Don't do that,
Hey,
dog.
Black Seed,
It's
we just
regional.
need. I just need. Look, hey, Ian, give me some Ian cream and put me in Atlanta and watch me win, brother. I will show you that you're wrong. Give me some Ian cream. I'll rub it on my face and I'll see you in 2 weeks and watch me win, bro. There's something you ain't doing right now. Just saying.
no,
Go
you're right.
ahead,
No,
Ian.
I mean,
Not in
no,
Atlanta, Drew. You ain't gonna win in Atlanta. You better go somewhere else.
Let me tell you something, Mo.
It's
I'm gonna tell you that, Mo.
hey,
Let
they
me tell you.
confused down there.
Let me tell you something, Mo. If
That's
it's
cool.
one place, my jersey is in the Raptors. It's in Atlanta, Mo.
Yeah,
don't
I
Hey,
agree.
don't
hey,
you?
you know what's gonna happen? You gonna
What's
pull
that?
two because when you gone, they gonna be
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah, I see right though. I was about to say that, but I was like, shit, you already know what time it is. It's 3 and better. 3 and better. You already know.
Dre, I'm telling you now. All right, you gotta listen. They go
But
both ways, but
they
they
do.
like the women more.
The A is like that. I mean, it's
Yeah,
been
it
like
is.
that. It's a little bit more like that now. I think women adjusted to a lot of the stuff that men were doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's part of the reason, because there were a lot of down low men, But I will say this: give me some Black Seed cream, pause, or some Ian cream. I'll be down there and I'll win, man. You know what I'm saying? Ugly be gone. You know what I'm saying? That's all. But
Man,
go ahead, Ian.
way I feel about it, Dre, is I feel like this, bro. I mean, regardless of game, you only get better as far as opportunity and percentage. But I look at it like this. I look at it like baseball, fam. 1 out of 3, fam. Okay? So you're going to have to go through 3. Sometimes you get it on the first one, but you have to go through 3 to get 1. Right? And if you can basically balance a batting average of 300 for your entire career, which is 1 out of 3, guess what? You go to the Hall of Fame. So that's what a lot of it is. A lot of it is a numbers game. Because you're going to have women that say no, that you're not their type. And maybe you're not their type this year or at that time or whatever, but it's just that's the way it is. The other women out here that's going to be looking at you and they're going to be oozing. So you got to have to filter through that, at the end of the day. I'm not saying E did at the end of the day, did a lot of them chicks, basically in the ATL, that they ain't going 1-on-1 or 2-on-1 or 2-on-2 because you know better than I do, but I know that to be true. But I'm just saying, like, even if you're in a place where women is receptive and they gawking and like, you still talking about, you're not getting everyone, man. You know what I'm saying? I would say 1 out of 3, 1 out of 4. And the more shots you give it, is the more opportunity you have.
Well, you know what? I mean, I'm gonna be honest though. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, I could just, slay motherfuckers every night type of thing. You know what I'm saying? If that was in me, you know what I'm saying, to put up that, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. That's not. I don't know, man. I guess I'm just looking at it from a different mindset because I'm just tired because these women are just so it's just so not they don't have a lot of depth. So when you're
You
saying
can say it.
so
They shallow.
they shallow. So it's like basically like I met this one chick, man. She married with a man at home. I met her at this event and we talking and shit, and then come to she tell me she what I'm saying, she ready for me to take her home and fuck or whatever, right? And her man calling her like, yo, can you bring the car back? I got to go to work and type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm just saying, it's just like
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm not really with these chicks no more like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they out here, fam. Like, I know exactly what you're saying. Them joints out here too. You know what I'm saying? They out here too. But it's some real ones out here. I'm not gonna just say that they're not, but I feel your pain. I'm putting it to you like that. I feel your pain because
I'm saying I need a real a real black woman. I don't see them walking around, bro. So all these other ones, it ain't no win for me. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with a lot of these chicks, man. Because most of them are what, you know, they watching Cardi B and this and that or whatever. They not something that I want to fucking deal with, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, it's just
I
not.
understand. Yeah, I definitely understand. You know, at the end of the day.
And you know,
you on mute, Dre, if you're talking.
I think that you, Ian, have the option because you are handsome to these women that you can say, I don't want to deal with it. But a lot of men don't have these options. They got to get them a hood rat, or they got to get them what they can get, right? Because they don't have the option of actually being having discretion of who they're dating. They don't have the opportunity to date.
What I'm saying is they're not missing nothing, bro. These chicks, man, every day
they're missing one thing, and it's called vagina. These men aren't getting it,
man.
And so what happens is they lose their ever loving mind. Am I lying, Mo? And these guys are going crazy. You know?
Them niggas is salty about that shit, nigga. For real, they want to write off all the women.
That's right. They don't have the opportunity, man. You see what the end. Listen, if you put 10 men in a room, 7 of them aren't getting a date with a woman. They're not having good conversation with a woman. They're definitely not getting a kiss from a woman, and they're not getting the physical stimulation or comfort of a woman's body. And so if they see Ian in the club and he just doing his little 2-step, you know, just, hey, you know, they're looking at this nigga like, how he doing it? Right? They may not understand your stature. They may not understand your savoir-faire, as I like to say, your game. You know, you might have that je ne sais quoi. You might just be a handsome guy. Shout out to Ian and Black Sea Cream. But they don't got that. And so why do you think there are so many simps? Because they can't get women, right? They think rub her feet and mow her lawn and squeeze lemon juice into her carafe, that's going to make her love me. Like, they don't understand. This woman either likes you or she doesn't, whatever the metric may be.
Okay. Here you go then. Here you go. Okay, so basically, you laying it out for me. Basically, these niggas have fucked up the game because eventually, them same bitches that are stalking me around every day in the grocery store, they gonna want me to fucking simp like them niggas do. They do. Eventually, they're gonna be like, yo, you fine and all, nigga, but I need you to simp like these other niggas have been doing.
They only want you to simp if they know they can get something out you and they don't like you.
Right.
If they like you, you don't need to simp.
Right. And matter of fact, look, you can use your position as a means of leverage. Because if she don't fuck with it, she got to kick rocks anyway. You're not bending on that shit. Okay? And if she do fuck with it, she got to get down with your program, my G. Okay? And you be surprised how when you stand your ground, that shit is attractive to women at the end of the day because you're not a pushover. Right? You ain't a pushover. So that in itself, that can actually draw some traffic your way, to be totally honest with you. So you just got to stand your ground. Like, man, I'm not doing that. I know, baby, I understand them other dudes. That's not, you dealing with a different type of dude. I don't get down like that. And they let the chips right where they may. If she want to walk out the door because she got better options with somebody who's going to basically do a bunch of tricking on her, man, you just relieve yourself of a problem anyway, bro. You feel me? And move on to the next one, bro, to find out one that you're looking for, because I understood what you were saying. You be surprised, though. You be surprised at the fact that she looked the other way and she rolled her eyes and then next thing you know, drawers came off. You feel me? So just stand your ground, bro. You a type of man. You're a type of man. You know what man you are. Stand by that, bro, and watch what happens. As they say, look at God.
Yo, that's why I put you on the Summer Jam stream, bro. Look at you, bro. Look at you, man. You got a face that tells a woman, you better have my bacon and eggs when I get home, right? You got a no-nonsense, I'm gonna come home, put on my tank top with the stains on the underarms, and get to work if supper ain't ready.
No, that's
They
real.
love it.
No, that's real.
They love it. You know. Listen. How can I say this? I think the problem is, look, if they like you, right? That's what I always say. The line of demarcation will always be if they like you. So the guy that they don't like, that's going to give them attention, they're going to take the attention. Attention is currency. The guy that they do like, you don't need to give them all that attention. You just got to give them enough attention to say they got some attention. And then you wield your sword in the way you want to get what you need. Like he said, get the leverage out of it. Especially when you're dealing with those type of women, right? You're dealing with women that have an agenda. So which one, like the Bible says, who is the master, the potter or the clay, right? So if I know you got an agenda and I got an agenda, it's my goal to get my agenda out of you, not from you from me. If I know that's what you're trying to do.
Facts.
You know what to do? The next time you meet a woman, right? Let me turn my camera on for this. The next time you meet a woman, let's say you at Kroger's. The next time you meet a woman, let me solo. I'm gonna put myself on the Summer Jam screen. Next time you meet a woman, right, and she's liking you and all that, I want you to take her out on a date. Don't be very, very smooth, very suave, right? Don't be abrasive. By the second date, when you take her out, you know what you do? Give her a paper, and on that paper to say, boyfriend package number 1 and boyfriend package number 2. So what you want? You want me to be the one to act, listen to your day and, okay, I know your boss getting on your nerves. That's going to cost you 3 vagina a month. I'm going to need $150 every week from some Hennessy and some Jordans. Like, you want to be crash. You want to see exactly what you can get, right? Because like you say, if it's an agenda, then okay, like, yo, if you're gonna get my services in Atlanta when all these women are single, but you like me, look, it's either gonna cost you the platinum package or the gold package. And see what she say. The worst she can say is no, right? There you go.
You're right.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Other thing I want to say, just on your behalf, man, it might be time to import some in, bro. If it ain't going right in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know what your situation is, if you get out or if you can get out, but shit, might be time to bring some chicks from some other place, bro. You know what I'm saying? To your point.
Well,
it's not you, fam. It's just what I'm trying to say is it's not you.
Yeah, I mean, and to be honest, I had a chick, like I said, she was making more money than me for sure. At one job she was making like $700 a day or some shit. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, and she was like, she actually at one time was like, you know what? Why don't you, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to work. I'll pay for you to go to school. She didn't say pay for me. She said you can go to school. You know what I'm saying? I just take care of you type of shit or whatever. If I needed $1,000 here, then, she would hit me off or whatever. But I don't, man, it's just, I don't know. It's just something missing, man, with these chicks like that. Even that wasn't enough for me. You know what I'm saying? It just, I don't know. It just wasn't enough, bro.
What you looking for?
Like I said, so I guess with her, right? My thing is with these chicks, all right, I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm gonna be honest. My thing is with these chicks is a mental thing, man. If they minding where I'm at in terms of how I see the world, you know what I'm saying? If how I see the world, how I see men and women, you know what I'm saying? If they don't see the world the way I fucking see it, my patience level for them, they could be doing a lot of shit. But if they ain't where I'm at mentally, damn, like, fuck you. I don't know why, man. Shit. I mean.
It's all good. I can tell you this: you find somebody who has thought process more along the lines of yourself, it's gonna make potentially it make a better relationship or companionship. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all got something in common. Y'all thinking similar. You know, you just and you can actually use that to your advantage when you're looking for women. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you're looking for at the end of the day, is your thought process that she think or see the world with this kind of worldview. You can also use it to get rid of people or to X them out.
Man,
so really,
the real problem is the number one worldview is that most of these sisters believe in feminism, and I don't believe none of that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I agree. The thing is, all right, so if you're talking about finding somebody organically where you're at, and based on everything that you said, I mean, you're gonna have to go. You know, I'm not saying go out and look for her, but I'm saying you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to find that, right? You're gonna have to search for that. And it's some chicks out there, but they're few and far in between. To your point, because they're everywhere, right? Like, but they're few and far in between. So whether they're in particular environments, right, or whether they maybe don't socialize for some of the same reasons that you kind of have a problem with, you know, general. You see what I'm saying? So there's nothing wrong with that, fam. I mean, at the end of the day, why waste your time? That's how I see it. And we older. We not. Well, I don't know exactly how old you are, but I'm assuming you older, over 25. So it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? And then certain level of maturity that's come along, or that we developed as men, regardless of where you at. So, you know, I mean, it's all, bro. You don't have to
It might be me.
Your phone breaking up.
Oh, that's him. Okay, I thought that was me.
Yeah, that's it. You probably might have to jump out, jump back in, maybe.
Black C, we ain't hear nothing you just said, bro. I was with you.
Well, I'll say this, and listen, man, go out on a date with a woman, and yeah, that was your phone.
Bro, the reality is this. I need to listen.
Yeah, I know.
I need to find me a white chick, bro. Because you know why? Because the vibe already. When I talk to a non-black female, right? Already I'm like, yo, I'm 50% over. But like I said to you before, like, you know, I haven't really warmed up to fucking, you know, going over to
dating outside the race.
You know what I'm saying? But fucking mentally, a fucking white chick, they where I'm at. They where I'm at. Or foreign chick, you know what I'm saying? They where I'm at. But I ain't really, you know, I gotta break out of the black woman handcuffs. You know what I mean?
Well, this is what you do. Go on a date with a black woman, right? I've done this before before I found the Lord. I used to do this. Go into like a cookout or something, right? Go into like a barbecue. You know, Atlanta's good for those. Go to any social gathering, especially like a house type gathering, right? And you know how women, they're tribal, so they're gonna sit by each other and they're gonna talk. They talk. I want you to just sit there by yourself and just listen to them, right? Eventually, they're gonna be like, "Hey, so what you here doing, right?" And I want you to look at all of those black women in their face and just tell them, I just want to let you women know there is nothing more beautiful and more powerful than a black woman. And you know they're gonna be like, yeah, you talking, and then you be like, yo, there's nothing more strong and persistent and just stunning than you black sisters. And they're gonna be like, what? Yeah. And then you look at them and say, I tell my white woman that every night. That's what you do.
Yo, nigga. Yo, I hope you got on your umpire's fucking helmet.
You know what I'm saying? And what that does is it's gonna mess up their channels, and because it's like he felt that I was gorgeous, beautiful, and all these things, but still ended up with a white woman.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying?
Listen, man, I remember I was one day in this Target, and this chick, I came on the aisle, and the bitch was talking shit about some black dude, right? And the other chick wasn't really talking about him, but she was listening, eating it all up. And then these motherfuckers had the nerve to be eyeballing me after I done heard them tearing down another brother, and I'm looking at these motherfuckers like they fucking goddamn the fucking plague. Like, yo, are you serious? You can't be fucking serious. You know what I'm saying? I'm rolling my eyes. I'm like, yo, you can't be fucking serious. Yo, you can't be. Listen, I don't know, man. I can't fuck with them, man. I'm like, yo, cause they all on some bullshit. You can't be talking shit about, you know what I'm saying, regardless of who that brother. You can't be talking shit about black men and then turn around and be like, want to fuck with me. I just can't do it. Don't. Yeah, I can't stomach it no more. Cause even when you was saying that shit about selling that to the black woman, I'm like, God damn, I don't think I'll ever be able to say some shit like that ever. You know what I'm saying? And then you put the white woman on it.
Yo, he don't chase Dr. Mo out of here. Lord, gee, where Mo done went? Look, how can I say this? There's no secret that in our communities we have been casted out. Like, whether you're the good, like, and that's my point of this whole show, Ian. Right. That's my point of this whole show, Ian. If a guy who's like you, gainfully employed, considered handsome by American standards, right, can't get a woman in Atlanta, and Atlanta used to be the land of milk and honey, right? So think about the average man that wakes up every day, Ian. Wakes up, wash up, some don't. Go to work, right? Go to work, work their 8 to 10 hour shift, come home, have their TV dinner, watch the game, analyze the game, and do that 365 days a year. Because there's all the men. That's how I became the Martin Luther King of the average nigga. This is why I became the leader of the Mammalist Party, because I understand how many men are not even having interactions with women.
No, hold on, bro. He hitting that club, Nick, and changing up his stilo, bro. Come on now, you know that. You know. Listen. He tricky. He don't went to the club and put on a whole nother persona. But by the time she find out who this nigga is, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, bro.
No, what do you mean though? What do you mean?
You talking about niggas with gang?
No. What I'm saying is he gonna go to the club. He gonna tell us some stories, tell us some lies and shit. Like he got $1 million. You know what I'm saying? He gonna tell us some shit, and she gonna eat it.
Mm-hmm.
She gonna eat it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a true story.
I do agree.
Let me tell you a true story. I used to venture up. This is when I was young and in them streets, and before I found the Lord once again. I used to venture up to a place that a lot of people don't know where there is a lot of beautiful women at, which is New Hampshire, right? I knew a woman. You know what Africans were going up there doing? Jamaicans and Africans. It's crazy because the African will tell these white women that they're the king of Jamaica, and the Jamaicans was telling the white women that they're the king of Zamunda. Zamunda, which is not even a real place. I had a woman really believe that she got pregnant by a guy, a Jamaican. You could tell he was Jamaican, right? He claimed he was African. She got pregnant by him, and he said he was the king of Jamaica. I mean, he was the king of Zamunda.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
That's my point, though.
That's all they love.
But listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. Where I'm at, and you in New York, New Jersey, bro, you gotta have the gear. Your style gotta be on point. You gotta be of a certain height. You gotta have a certain build. Yo, these chicks ain't taking no subpar, and they'll let you know. And they could be the one on Facebook taking number headshots. And then you see them in person and they shaped like a spoon. But guess what? You can't say nothing to them. Right? And so imagine a guy that doesn't have the mouthpiece of a black seed or the refinement of an Ian. He can't win. I'm telling you, he can't win.
But he not losing. What I'm saying is, but he not losing though, bro.
He losing because he can't get a woman.
Man,
We about to go back to the days where a chick get off the subway and the dude gonna go and drag it to somewhere in the corner. That's how bad it is. I'm telling you.
No. It's been that way. It's been like that. It's been like that for a long time. It's been like that.
But you know what though? I used to live in LA. Drano. Man, I went to this club this time. I can't even remember the name of this shit. I got so drunk, motherfuckers had to carry me out this shit. Tatiana Ali was there, dog. I was going to shoot my shot at her. Fuck that shit up. I was like, I don't even want her to see me like this, nigga. Right? For real. I mean, nigga, I was head damn near in the toilet and shit. But anyway, we was waiting to get inside the club. And I don't know if you know, but there's a lot of Armenians in LA, right? So we were there. It's some Armenian cats and shit. And what he pretty much said is the same thing we talking about. He said Armenian women, they'll leave a club with you if they think you got money. Okay? So you don't have, he said this to me directly. He said you don't have to really have money. You have to look like you have money. Because in their mind, what he's trying to tell me about his own women is they want to feel like that you're a catch, right? That they're not basically digging in the bottom of the barrel, because this is directly associated with how they feel or view themselves, right? So imagine how many Armenian chicks is coming out the club, they get inside of an Audi A6 or A8 or a 4 Series a Mercedes, and that shit is rented, fam. Okay, it's rented. Like this ain't this nigga's real car. You know what I'm saying? He get into the hotel, beat them cheeks, drop her ass off and shit. And see, as long as in her mind that fantasy seemed like it was real, she could go along with it.
That's what I'm
saying. She go along with it.
That's what I'm telling you. I'm saying that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But
I was just saying it.
But Ian, we don't have the equipment to do that though, Ian. Most freemen black men in this country ain't got the wherewithal to be out there renting. They ain't got the equipment to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
See, the one thing about Armenia Town in LA, they're not like houses out there. Those are apartment buildings, right? There's like little LA apartment buildings different from the East Coast, right? They're not tall apartment buildings. They might have 4 floors, 5 floors, 5 the most, really, right? So what I'm saying is, and they're very communal, right? They're very communal living.
They live like eight to a house.
So they have a little bit more leeway to F off some money on on that specific night. But you got to put yourself in, you got to put yourself in a position of understanding that most men have fallen. Think about how unemployment works, right? You take the people that's working minus the people that just lost their job, and then minus the people that's looking for a job, right? They don't count none of the people that just stopped looking. If you ain't looking for a job in over a year, you've fallen out of the workforce. That's why the unemployment numbers are always fake, right? Because they don't count the people that's not working. They count the people that's working, who just lost a job, and who's actively looking. If you don't look for a job in a year, which could be half of America, right?
You're not counted in that.
You're not counted in the unemployment numbers. We're not thinking about all the men who wake up every day, look himself in the mirror and go, damn. And that's all he could say. Because he ain't got no opportunity. Because these women want an Ian. Ian don't know it yet, but they want an Ian. They want a black seed. And in my prior life, they wanted an Andre, but these guys, they don't. Ian, I'm gonna tell you a story, and then we'll end the stream. I know a guy. I ain't gonna say his name, but he comes to me and always tries to make himself feel like a man in front of me because he doesn't feel like a man in any other aspect of his life because he has no option with women. So he told me this story. And this story, it was just the weirdest thing. He was telling me how he drives a specific car and that he saw a girl and then he said something. I guess he hollered at the girl because he said to me, yo, I hollered at the girl, and then she said, no, he said he saw the girl. She's okay face, but she had a nice bottom. But then he goes, but then he says he hollered at. He said something, and she said you scrub, right? And I'm just like, what? So okay, and then he goes to me, and I said to her, well, you the one in the passenger side of your girl's car. You the scrub. And then he was like, her girl said, oh, you should have left him alone. You should have never said nothing. Now, first of all, we understand that story's a lie. Because how do you know a girl has a nice bottom half, right? If she's in the passenger
She's sitting in the
side
car. Right, right.
Are you Superman? Number two, right? Number two, you said her girl said to her, "Ooh, see, you should have left him alone in the first." Women are tribal. Say something to a girl's friend that her friend don't like. She's gonna defend her girl. She ain't gonna say, "Ooh, you shouldn't have picked on his car." So when he said that, my mind went into analytical mode. I said, "You were driving down the street. You probably either got at a stoplight or a stop sign. A girl was walking across the street or across your car. You say, yo," she said, "you and your little such and such car." Right? I ain't going to put them out there like that. You and your little such and such car. And then you felt the way about it and said, well, you the scrub, you walking. That's what happened. And she probably said to him, I'm going to keep walking rather than ride with you. Why am I telling you that story? First of all, why do you have to come to me and lie to me and tell me that story just to feel like a man? Because he doesn't feel like a man anywhere else. But he might see me and be like, man, Dre don't even care. Like, Dre say whatever he wants to these. Lord knows I do. He's like, yo, Andre just says the wildest thing to women. Right? And so he probably feels like, I want to be like that. You understand? And so, and another quick story. I have another dude said to me one day, and listen, women laughed at him when he said it. He said, yo, if I go to a woman's house and there ain't no food on the table, I ain't dealing with it. I said, nigga, you the only man in black history that left a woman's house for some vagina because she ain't have bologna on the table. So you telling me if the goal, we're objective it. I said, if the goal is to get, no, he said that to me. He was like, if I go to a woman's house and ain't no food, if ain't nothing for me to eat, I ain't making love to it. He told you. He told me that. Now, mind you, because he wants to feel like a man. You understand where I'm coming from? He wants to feel adequate.
Okay.
Huh?
So you know firsthand because you be talking.
That's what I'm telling. This is why I'm the Martin Luther King of average man. I'm telling you, I'm the leader of the Mammalist Party. I know these men don't get women.
Oh, okay.
This man once said to me, the same dude said to me, if I go to a chick's house and she ain't feeding her kids, I ain't sleeping with her. I said, nigga, if I go to a woman's house, I'm giving them kids melatonin gummies so they can go to sleep on the rug while I do the Lord's work. I ain't worried about those kids.
Yeah. Now you might not mess with her. She don't got no shot with you seriously, but yeah. Yeah, right. We about to pick up them jacks. We picking them jacks up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The point I'm making is like, yo, Ian, you don't even understand. Like, these guys have fallen out of society on a dating level that you don't. I'm talking about 50-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 30-year-olds. Bro, I'm talking like on that level. They do not have opportunities or the slightest like, they don't even have a glimmer of hope of getting a woman. And I'm talking about just taking a woman to a movie. I'm talking about walking up and down the Manhattan street witches for free. They just don't. They don't. And I'm telling you, they can't amount to it. They just can't. They don't amount to. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
I just had a question.
Yeah.
do you think it's because, I mean, I'm sure a component of that is the level of physical attraction or the level of attraction by the opposite sex, but do you think some of that is too because they're awkward, or no?
I will tell you this. Some are awkward, right? So you might have some that's on the spectrum, but they're high functioning. Then you might have some that, like me and Obsession talked about a year ago. Men really don't. This is why I did the show with you guys today, and I wanted to make it fluid with the pictures. Men don't understand how women's tastes have been influenced from what they see every day on television. Even when I was a simp and I didn't realize that, when I went to FIT, when I went to the Fashion Institute of Technology, I thought I was going to walk in that school and go everything. But I realized something when I got there. Women have a thing where whatever is going within the social norm or the framework of society at that moment is who they date. Do you know the only dudes that were winning were these two white boys that were dressed like Growing Up Gotti? Why? Because at that moment, the hottest thing on television was Growing Up Gotti. These dudes had two outfits. These dudes were so... let me
gave them the dream.
They came to school, they went to FIT with me, left the dorm room every day, and they had like a 3-pair rotation of jeans and a 4 polo thing, right? Spiked hair, pink Abercrombie polo. It was so embarrassing that the dude would change the elbow pad from the left arm on one day to the right arm on Tuesday to the left arm. It was the same outfit. But the fact that he fit what these women were watching on television, I couldn't win. I always tell people this story. I'll never forget one day I'm in the A building of FIT going to what class was that? German? I don't know what it was. I remember it was 4 bad chicks, 1 black, 2 white, 1 Spanish. I'm in the back of them. So that means they walked into the elevator and saw me. And one girl looked at the other girl saying, ain't no men in this school. And I'm sitting there like,
oh, shit.
I'm like, shit. I'm sitting there like doing hammer and pumps to the bum, rubbing my chest like, you don't see this? But that's what, it taught me something. Like, yo, if they don't like you, they don't even see you. That's what men are going through.
Hold
now.
on, but you know what? But you know what though? The other part. Okay, listen. Now, see, you missing a whole ocean of reality here. Because I'm gonna give it to you straight. I'm gonna have to lay it on you, bro. You understand? And no, but you said this already. But you only kind of touched it. Bring it out, bro. We are in the Black Lives Matter era. Right, we in the Pan-African era, right? If you are one of these dudes, right, we are in the Nation of Islam era. If you get in with one of these cliques, you guaranteed a chick. You guaranteed a chick because these groups in these different situations, because a lot of these black women are fitting into these situations, right? And if you can purport yourself to be on some kind of level, that's why we got so much problem with reparations online. Because, and you said it already, but I'm just highlighting it. Most of those niggas is trying to get some pussy through the route of pro-black. They trying to impress another pro-black chick, right? Trying to get some pussy with that chick. That's it.
Listen, I'll say his name because I don't care. Kevin Wesley, who's now starting to become on the incline of the internet. I seen him go from a fat, fake black preacher to a chubby black preacher to getting a bypass surgery to becoming Haji from Johnny Quest to taking my whole lingo about the Andre School of Financial Literacy and Polygamy Science to now he's a polygamist. To like all of that, right? Just to get some vagina? That's it. Yeah. I'm not mad.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that person. I think, well, I ain't gonna get into it. Whatever. Let me take. I ain't even gonna go. But what I'm saying is, that's what it is, bro.
Yeah,
That's what it is. Because let me tell you this. I don't even. Well, I'll be telling on myself. But look, the fly nigga or the fly dude ain't gonna degrade a chick to get some vagina. Meaning, if I had 20 women, I guarantee you every last single of that 20 would say Andre's a great person, right? Because I understand I ain't gotta be a a-hole to get it. You understand what I'm saying? What I mean by that is like these dudes become these fake people that you watch on the internet, and then behind closed doors they like weird. You think they're smart because they drag their words, even though they speak in pseudoscience, right? But then when you get in person, like, yo, this is a moron. Like, yo, I'll never forget the first time I knew
that shit though, bro. They
but
love
listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. Perfect example.
Dragon ass Pan Africanist.
Perfect example. When I first met Polite in person, the first thing I said, I asked him a few questions, right? Not on groupie stuff. I was trying to see business on, right?
That nigga.
I said, not only are you not smart, like, bro, you are literally a con artist, like to the level of like anyone with a IQ of 5 understands you don't know what you're talking about, right? But the ultimate goal is look at Polite outside of the persona. He looks like the Jimmy the Cricket or the WB Frog, right? So I gotta create this aura, like you said. Now, going back to like the Nation of Islam, I said this when me and Prime did the first show a couple days ago. I said, if you look at America, normal only works in the black church. Why? Because if I'm chubby and you chubby and I see you every week from the age of 12 to the age of 30, and I'm like, well, she ain't going nowhere. And she like, well, he ain't going nowhere. And it's like, we both normal and we believe in the same God. It's proximity. But out in these streets, it's blood sport. You know what I'm saying? You never know when you're going to see that chick again. She don't know when she going to see you again. So that's when it becomes survival of the fittest. That's like you say, no one eats at an empty restaurant. You know what I'm saying? No one wants to be, like you said yesterday, external validation, right? And so nobody, like you said, they want to know, what do your husband do, right? And that's the thing. These guys, most men has not caught up to what social media has done to tell them like, yo, in order for me to, like, Black C heard me say this, and I think you heard me say this before, Ian. I understand, as much as I love my dad, rest his soul, I understand I can't look like my dad at my age that he looked at his age and get a woman, right? Now, my father had green eyes, but he also had the sunroof missing in his afro. He also had a belly. But you know what he also had? His wife and 3 kids. That is not the reality for me today. And no way in the world. No way in the world. If I didn't eat the way I do, work out the way I do, read the way I do, and try to stay on any type of competitive par with, I would be just like the men I'm trying to defend, and listening to their stories. It's guys have totally fallen out. I'm talking about face first on concrete.
But you're saying they don't
got no. They don't what?
They don't. You're saying they don't know this, but
if they don't.
But why are so many doing the polite thing? Why are so many doing the Pan-African?
Well, you're talking about a select few, though. You're talking about a sample size. I'm talking about the average working man who, if it was 10 years, not even, what we in 23? So let's just say 20 years ago. If it was 20 years ago, let's just think about it. A lot of these guys were the same guys that were getting women just because they had a T-Mobile sidekick. I remember the day all you needed was a Motorola StarTech or a T-Mobile sidekick. I remember the day when you had a Nextel, and as long as you had the chirp, you can get a chick, right?
Yeah.
You can't get no chick with that now, right? And so these are the same men that are stuck in that bubble, right? It's like I always tell people, if you see a guy, let's just say you out, let's say you out in Lenox Mall, right? And let's say you at they got a Bloomies in Lenox now. What department store they got in Lenox?
Shit.
Dillard's.
I don't know. I ain't been past the iPhone.
All right, so let's say you at Lenox. Let's say Perimeter Mall, right, which has the designer stores in it, right? If you're in Perimeter and you see a woman taking her boyfriend shopping and her boyfriend asks for True Religion, you know what that tells you? He just got out of jail. Ain't nobody wearing True Religion. You understand?
Right.
It's the same thing with dating. If these guys are still stuck with, yo, girl, you want my sidekick? Like, you could tell that he's probably not. You understand what I'm saying? One of the guys that I just told you the story about, the man has the Andrew Dice Clay haircut. Do you understand how weird it is to walk down the street in the Bronx and you have the Andrew Dice Clay slick back hair and you're a black man? And you think you're around a woman? No. And I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. And this is me understanding our plight as people, right? Because I do. I understand most of us ain't got no money. Most of us don't have no agency. Most of us don't come from nothing. I get that. So what I'm about to say is not to degrade. But another way you could tell if a man is successful with women is his teeth. If a man breath stinks, you know how petty women are. Yeah. A woman could deal with a man with bad teeth. They cannot deal with a man with bad breath. You know it. Yeah. So if a man breath stink and he in your face and you be like, oh, to the point we gotta go, oh, you know he ain't around no woman, right? It's yo, I know a dude, one of the dudes I'm talking about, who claim he be sunning women. I know a dude, yo, he got so much plaque that the gray connect chrome. This too, all the other, you can see the plaque build up from here to here.
Man, stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah.
All right. Listen, this is not, yo, this is real. And that's why I be like, yo, y'all, listen, it's to the point in women come up to me and be like, Andre, you right. These dudes ain't getting no women. I'm like, yeah. Like, you think?
Okay.
Because they don't.
Oh, hold up. Okay, hold up. So who are all, listen, if that's the case, who are all these women fucking then? Because they all fucking.
The same guy. That's what I'm telling you, right? No one wants to eat at the, and you heard what I told Riri yesterday. I said, Riri, you were raising the projects, right? There was a guy that, oh, he a hoe. He sleep. And you know how they knew he was a hoe? Because they all was sleeping with him anyway. That's how women are.
Man, I'm just trying to figure out. I done seen some chicks. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot of chicks I just wouldn't fuck with. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, who and they fucking too?
Listen, you sound like, you know what you sound like? You sound like the women that I have to teach. Because I tell women all the time, women think because they give a random nigga vagina, that is a bunch of random women giving random niggas vagina. No, it's a bunch of random women giving the same nigga vagina. That's what's happening. It ain't a bunch of women just giving a bunch of men vagina. It's just not working like that. And if I'm lying, go to the hood, right? Go to the hood of any major city. And what are you gonna see? A chubby woman with her belly hanging and a baby in this arm, and she pushing scrolling the other arm, and you say to yourself, who hit that? Somebody. Why? Because there's always, listen, it is 100 times easier for a one-eye, one-leg chick to get a penis than for an average guy to get a vagina.
Always will be.
That's just a fact, Ian.
What? No, describe her again.
It's a whole lot easier for a one-eyed, one-legged chick to get penis than for the average man to accumulate a vagina, to acquire a vagina.
No, she can still look fine with one eye and one leg. Man.
Okay, listen.
That's what he said.
Exactly. Let me tell you
Yep.
something. Let me tell you something real good. Men, I tell women this all the time. Stop listening to this spooky, even if you're religious. If it's one religious rule you could throw out the window, when a man lays down with you, he wakes up with your spirit and he's... Stop all that. Men don't even have to know your name. What are you talking about? A man will take a woman in a wheelchair, and if she's at the perfect height, dump her over the bed like this to where she's just at an angle. That's all he needs.
That's it.
Right? She'll be like this. Right? That's just how men are. That like we pretend that we're not these like we pretend that, but yo, if my theory was wrong, if my theory was wrong, you would not see these women in the hood looking like they got ran over by a car with more than one child. Because there's always a guy that's looking for some.
Oh, bro, hold on. That chick in that wheelchair is getting digging too. Who is she fucking?
That's what I'm telling you.
Who is she fucking though, bro?
A guy that needs some, Ian. That's what I'm telling you.
Oh, wow.
Dr. G, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, men they're not choosy. You know, y'all run up in anything, basically.
Absolutely.
No, but that chick in that wheelchair is turning niggas down too, though.
Yo, there's somebody that will dump her over that bed where her face hits just like this. That's it. And all you see is that thing. I'm telling you.
I'm just saying, why is
Oh, God.
It's somebody she not turning down.
Ask Dr. G. Dr. G, why is that chick in the wheelchair turning niggas down?
Because she's not attracted to him.
Well, I mean, we have higher standards than men, but I mean, I really don't know. I mean, I came in like at the tail end of the conversation. I mean,
Ian,
who said she was turning them down?
Listen, Ian. A man who don't get vagina will literally learn sign language to get a deaf woman's vagina. You do know that, right?
Do you think that's for real?
OMG.
Ian, a man who don't even know how to read, a man who himself reads on a 4th grade level, if he knew he can get a woman's vagina, he would say, like, what are we talking about? Yo, I'm telling you, man. I see it every day. I'm trying to think. I know a guy. He thinks this works. He'll if let's say if you're like in a store or something. Let's say you're in a public place and a song come on, right? And he happens to work there. Let's say he's like the janitor or something, right? Let's say like the music is playing in the background. If a woman's around, he will like try to sing the song to the chick, like she's listening to him. So it could be like Horace Brown back in the day, for the money, and he'll just drop his mop and start dancing. And I'm like, yo, do you understand this chick is? They looking up like, yo, what are you doing? But I'm telling you, Ed, you don't even realize you are in the forefront. You are in the catbird seat to win because at least you have the opportunity to have discretion. These men can't have no discretion. They will literally go the rest of their life and not have the opportunity of even having a woman rub his brow when he get home and say, job well done.
And I'm so you're telling me these things, but see, because what I see, right? Because I don't talk to a lot of guys about their personal lives like that. Right. So you telling me so, but here's the thing too, though, is that what I see is a lot of these chicks that I turn down and I don't give no attention. Mm-hmm. What happens is a lot of these Negroes are lurking, following me around. because they know I'm a magnet to one of these.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And so what happens is, when I don't give these bitches when I don't give these chicks attention, all of a sudden she will automatically turn to one of these niggas, right? She'll turn to one of these random niggas, just a random nigga, just say the dude that's singing and do some outlandish bullshit. She'll turn to that nigga and they'll start talking and shit. So I'm like, so from my standpoint, I'm like, oh, I assume they they talk, they must fuck, you know what I'm saying? Because if I talk to a chick, you know what I'm saying, believe me, I ain't wasting if I can't fuck no chick, I ain't talking to no chick. So I assume that's
then why are you complaining then? If you have if you said what you just said, and I'm not disputing it, but if you just said, yo, I'm not even talking to her if I know I can't do nothing with it, then why do you want the other stuff? Why do you want the metaphysical? Right? Because you getting more, you think about it, you turn down more than what the average man could even dream about getting. Think about that. You're one of those kids that they talked about that wasted food in the cafeteria. You remember that black seed? Don't throw away that piece of pizza. You don't want to eat it, boy. It's a starving kid. Listen, every time you turn down vagina, think about there's a 500 million freemen that wish they could have it, bro. Just think about it like that. But like, yo, I gotta take it because I gotta take it for every man you're not gonna give it to. Think about it like that.
Wow.
Listen, help out your fellow man, lend him a helping hand, put a little love in your heart. Yeah, man. Then the world would be a better place. Yeah, bro. Come on.
Shit.
You tell them, you be like, listen, you know what, just start telling women this too. But like, listen, Ma, I gotta make love to you. I don't want your vagina to go to waste. You're not gonna give it to no one else. So I have to be here to do this. It's philanthropy, right? And so, yeah, and you're turning down more than what the average man could think about acquiring. So you always got to think about that. And you're in Atlanta, and most of these women are beautiful down there. You know. Mm-hmm. I won 3 or 4 scoring titles down there. I know. So you just gotta be realistic though, and you gotta understand that, they like what they like. That's just a fact. You know, the one thing I try, like, let's say the guy with the Andrew Dice Clay haircut, I tell him, I said, bro, what are you doing to make yourself better? Are you going to the gym? Are you and I tell him, why don't you? I said, I always tell him, I say, listen, I am a sheep dressed like a wolf. I am not a wolf dressed like a sheep. I am the nicest guy in the world, but I know how vicious these women are. So I'm the one that just shines the mirror at them. That's all I do. You understand? Like a woman said to me today, because they know I'm gonna just say something outrageous, right, Ian? So they said, Andre, what you gonna get your lady for Christmas? I said, whatever's in her purse for me to give her. You understand? So they know I don't care. They know I don't care. Because what I basically said to her, I said, well, I gotta wait till the bank open. They was like, when the bank open? When she go to sleep and I go in her purse. That's what I told her. So that's what I'm saying. You know, you just they like what they like. Mm-hmm. And so, and I tell men, and I try to tell men, just be better. Just be better. Mm-hmm. It just gives you a fighting chance, right? Understand the importance of certain things. Just be better. That's all.
But again, what I'm saying is, is that, again, the other side where that necessarily can't work is because you still have the women with a high, because you went over the history and the the progression, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And the women, they think more of themselves than they ever did before. So there's nothing on your side that can compete with a woman who thinks more of herself than she should. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that you could do as a man to
I
count.
only disagree with that on this level, Ian. It's something about a guy who understands them, even if they think highly of themselves, right? It's something about the guy that's willing to tell him he doesn't care about what they think about themselves. Like I think it turns them on. I remember going to FIT, right? When I went to FIT, Angela Simmons went to FIT, Reverend Run's so-called daughter, right? And she's arrogant. She, just like anybody, she's gonna be arrogant. She had like this 2-man crew she used to walk around. One dude used to actually work for Kamora Lee at the time, because I knew him before I knew her. And one day she was in the caf, which she rarely would do, because she rarely went to the school. I don't even, whatever. But me, even though I was a simp then, and I had a girlfriend then, but I was a simp then, but I would still say wild stuff. I don't know why. Maybe it's just who I become now, right? Maybe it was the prelude of who I am now. But I remember sitting there and I was like, oh, she was like, hey, Trey. I'm like, hey, how you doing? And then I always act, even though we knew who she was, I always act like I didn't know she was Reverend Run's daughter. So I set her up, right? I told my man, watch what I'm about to say to her. I was like, oh, hey, Angela, I didn't realize you was Reverend Run's daughter. She said, you ain't see me from Run's house? I said, no, I didn't. No, I thought your dad was kind of corny. I didn't watch him. So then she was like, huh? And I was like, no, I said, no offense. I didn't, mind you, this is 2002, 3 maybe, right? 3, I think 3. And 2003. And so maybe 4. But listen, so I said to her so I sat down at the table and I said, then, I said, since Reverend Run's your dad, like, I should be the one dating you. And she was like, why you say that? I said, because you'll be screaming the Lord's name the whole time while I'm with you. Like, I said that to her, right? And she wasn't used to no one saying nothing like that to her, because she was so, like, head in the clouds. She didn't think I was going to be like, yeah, no, this is what I said to her, and I said, I should kind of, like, be your boyfriend if Reverend's your dad. She was like, why? I said, because you're going to be on your knees the whole time.
Wow.
So, I was trolling her, but, she felt like she was walking on clouds at the time. And look at her. She ended up being a bust down for a drug dealer that died. And now she's with a drug dealer rapper, right? Like, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, they always gonna be vain. It's not your job to adhere to it, right? I'm gonna send you my book, right? 101 Ways to Disrespect a Woman into Loving You. And so you can have that and understand that that's what they want, right? You need to take a woman out on a date in Atlanta, wine her and dine her, and say, can you drop me off to my girlfriend's house? And see what she says.
Nice.
Right? You're right. You want to kind of like, you want to break the monotony. Give her something she hasn't heard before. Or ask a woman out on a date, and then she says yes. You be like, hey, you got a job? She be like, yeah. You be like, good, because I don't. Tell her that. Like, just see what she says. 101 ways to disrespect a woman into liking you, right? So that's just what you want to do. You can't fear them being haughty and arrogant and ostentatious and, women, the one thing I learned, they're going to find a reason to like you or not. So that's just the truth. But the problem is that now you can see it. I'm sure Black C sees it in DC. And Ian, I'm sure in one way, shape, or form you see it in LA. I know I see it exponentially up here. Yo, men have fallen out of the opportunity to even get in a woman. You know what? I might do another show this weekend if y'all free. I'm going to get some of my female friends that I actually speak. They'll tell you. They will tell you, like, yo, Andre's giving you the gospel. Like, these men are they don't have the opportunity. And these are attractive women. These are attractive women. But like Black C say, they're a little awkward. You know what I'm saying? But before we go, Dr. G, you came in late. You want to say something?
No, I mean, I was just listening to what you guys were saying, at the tail end. I don't really know what you guys had been saying
Well,
since I was late to the
yeah, you were
party.
late to the party, but what I did is I had the screen, Mo shared the screen. So I showed actors of the 60s and 70s and how normal they were, right? So we brought up the visualization of that in comparison to now and how that morphed the female taste in men, because normal was sexy. Normal was normal in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, right? And then in the 2000s, normal is Lance Gross, like you said, your nephew. Normal is Michael B. Jordan. Normal is Michael Ealy. You understand? Normal is not my funny looking ass walking up to a woman. It's like, yo, you below normal. You understand?
Yep.
And so that's all we illustrated. And then, Ian, Love Dr. Ian went in on it, and Black C went on it. So, but you were late to the party. We were ready for you, but you were late. But, we'll try to get it more fluid. You know what I'm saying? But we've been going for an hour and 30 minutes. So
what do you
go ahead, Ian.
What do you do though when we living in the era? What does the average man do? What does any man do? You living in the era of the Cheesecake Factory chick.
Living in a what?
When we're living in the era of the Cheesecake Factory chick, what does any man do in that area, especially in this era of the Cheesecake Factory chick?
You just gotta realize that you gotta realize that, that there's a very good chance that you will go without a woman for the rest of your life. That's just a fact. Go ahead, Black C.
Yeah. Nah, I was just gonna say what you do is if you pull up the Cheesecake Factory and she doesn't get out and that whole scenario goes down, don't trip. Do what homeboy did. You get back in the car, you drive her to her house, and you drop her ass off, bro. And then you go on about your business. You want to go to Cheesecake Factory by yourself? Go. If not, you want to go do something else? Go do that.
Bingo.
But you don't deal with that. You don't deal with that. You drop that. Like I said, you save yourself that problem. It's unfortunate that you have to actually encounter that, right? But you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do this like Progressive and Geico. We're gonna mitigate this damage. You feel me? What I'm saying, homie? So you just drop her back off, Mo. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and fish and throw your line out there and catch another one. That's all it is.
Yeah, but I think these women, they all are on the kind of same vibration. I don't think you really gonna find one that's not on that vibration. She might act differently other than that, but deep down, I think she on that same bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I think them like that.
I mean, there are. Look, I can tell you this. Years before that clip has ever come out, I know women that said I don't do chain. So that ain't. That ain't nothing new. Straight up, I done had women straight up like, yo, I don't do chain restaurants, man. Okay, so that's not nothing new. But I wouldn't say that's the majority of chicks that I run across. That's a type. It's a type. So like I said, this chicks out here. You would have taken them to Cheesecake Factory for a first date. I mean, shit, motherfucker, you didn't take them to Starbucks. I mean, look, I work for a radio station in L.A. Tom Likas would have said straight up, take that bitch to Starbucks, tell her to pay for her own coffee, okay? That's how we going down, and don't spend more than $50 on a date, on a first date, and still try to get you some. So what I'm saying at the end of the day is, I mean, you going on a regular to get to know somebody. It seems like it's the first time or it's like, the beginning encounters. You go someplace like that, it shouldn't. I don't think it should be a problem. You don't have to go somewhere that's going to cost you more money if that's what it's all about. Again, if you encounter a situation like that and you're not comfortable with it, man, shit, let the person know, bro. I mean, the worst that can happen, bro, is at the end of the day is motherfuckers don't fuck with you and they go their own way, or the same for you. You don't fuck with them. That's like the worst that can happen. You feel me? So. I mean, again, if you got to mitigate your damages to get to the chick at the end of the day that is going to be a match for you, that's got some of the things that you're looking for, then she's willing to get down on your program. You know what I'm saying? Boom.
That's what I was saying too, man. The other day, man, because I got a storage, right? The other day I was at my storage. I met this white chick. This white chick, we was talking or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She took me across the street and fucking bought me a fucking She was gonna buy me a coffee, but I really don't do it. She bought me a tea and shit. I'm just saying, black women don't get down like that. She buying me some shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking to her. We kind
Was
of
she American?
yeah. She was American. It's a white girl. Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just because we're talking, and she just kind of liked me as a fucking human being and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't. This is what I'm saying. I don't get.
And you're saying no sisters like you for a human being, or have done anything nice for you?
No, they don't. They don't.
Well, where are you at? Because there are some sisters who do that. Like, what area are you in?
I'm in Atlanta.
Oh my God, Atlanta.
Yeah.
You should be able to find a sister somewhere.
We're not talking about finding a sister. They're everywhere. You know
right, but I'm saying you should come across one that would, you know what I'm saying? Like if you guys went out, would pay for your coffee or take you out.
Yeah, I'm talking about in terms of she's not looking at she's not exaggerating the gender dynamics. You know what I'm saying? Where it's got to be, I got to be some kind of special Negro. You know what I'm saying? No, I mean, no, what I'm saying, like I said, when you're dealing with black women, you got to be special. You got to be a special Negro. And I mean, I got different, I'm kind of eclectic. I got different things I'm into or whatever. I'm just saying, but I don't like it where it's always got to be something. I got to be a special Negro of some sort for, to get down. It can't just be, I'm just talking to the chick and we just human. She just kind of vibing with me. You know what I'm saying? The whole night, just, you know what I'm saying? No, it's gotta be something. It's gotta be something exaggerated that she's really entertaining me. You know what I'm saying? In a conversation, right? Because even so, like take my one of my ex-girlfriends in the beginning of the relationship, she used to get irritated because I usually would have a different opinion on things than she did. She said to me, "Why you always gotta say something different?" What the fuck, really?
She wasn't agree with her.
Well, she had issues. That should have been a red flag to run. But
yeah, just go to the dark. Go to the other side, man. They're light and bright because that's light. Go ahead and do it, man. The Bible says God in me and a white woman next to me. Go ahead and enjoy it, bro. That's what's gonna give you peace.
Yeah.
You live once. You know?
Yeah, I was back on.
What, Ian?
Ian, I agree.
Been with a white girl before?
I think he just fell off.
Well,
you still there?
I haven't. Well, the thing is, I kind of, and I was telling, I was telling Jay that, the other day, I really haven't broken out to feeling completely comfortable being with, because I'm blacker. I'm blacker than I look. You know what I'm saying? And I really don't. Not color wise. What I'm saying is inside, I feel too black to really be with a. You know what I'm saying?
A white woman, yeah. No, I know. I mean, there's some brothers who have and some who haven't. My husband's never been with a white woman.
What I'm saying is, Dr. G, it looks like
that means he didn't find God.
It looks like
Lord.
Goodbye.
It looked like, based on my interactions with these females, is that they don't see me just as a human like that, and I don't know if I can, mentally and emotionally, I don't know if I can really take that any longer. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with black women. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of having to be a special Negro.
When you say special Negro, what do you mean? Like special? Like with you have to be a brother with stipulations?
Except or even just my looks, because see a white girl, you know what I'm saying? She come across a lot of what I'm saying is, a white girl is not necessarily that impressed with my looks either. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, with a black woman, she gotta either be impressed more with my looks. I gotta impress her with my knowledge and understanding of something. It's you know what I'm saying. I gotta have this amount of money. You know what I'm saying, for her or whatever. It's got to be something. What I'm saying is, with this white girl, I don't gotta be anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to
So
be
there's no stipulations, no demand, no anything.
nothing. There's nothing.
And you're comfortable with that?
Of course.
No. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, comfortable with yourself. Because, I mean, you can look at it two ways. I mean, either she, doesn't demand from you because she thinks you're incapable because you are a black man.
Now, hold on. I'm just talking about somebody that you just meet off the fucking street. We ain't talking about no demands. We talking about
Right, but you just said they give no
this,
demand.
so you just making my point. Listen. I'm not trying to fucking meet nobody's fucking checklist on the first time that I meet a fucking complete stranger, and that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Kevin Samuel said that. Yo, you gotta listen. I just fucking met you. I'm a human being. Listen.
Right. But based on your one meeting with her, you've made the comparison for sisters. You said a sister's never done that for you, and you've never, felt like that or anything. But see, I'm just trying to get to the bottom. I find that hard to believe that no sister has ever done anything nice for you
No.
or made you feel, a certain way or respected you. I find that hard to believe.
No,
I'm only human, flesh and blood.
Shut up, Dre.
He said I don't feel like a human. I'm only human, going to make mistakes.
We're all human.
Because I mean, go this far. So my ex-wife one day asked my son, right? Because I guess maybe there was a white girl he was talking to or whatever. Something. My ex-wife, you know what I'm saying? This is what she told me, because I wasn't there, right? But she said she asked my son, why are you friends with this girl? And my son said, because she treats me like like a human being, like she just treats me. So I'm just telling you, Dr. G, is that I mean, you may not know it, but a lot of black men, regardless of where they at or in their life, they don't feel that black women can just deal with them as a human being. I mean, I'm just saying that. I mean, the checklist comes out as soon as you just like the cheese. So the Cheesecake Factory girl, minus it just being the money or the aspect of how much. What I'm saying is that kind of attitude. There's always got to be. She's got to have some kind of standard just off the bat, right? Even just in the first conversation with her, she's putting you through some kind of 10-point checklist. That's you know what I'm saying. That's or 100-point checklist. She not even listening really to what you're saying. She's looking on her fucking checklist. She can't even really get to know you yet. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you start reading off your checklist. She's not immune to you questioning her. And if she can't take the questions you ask her, but she wants to ask you the questions, and that's the first flag. Red flag, huge red flag, run. Just don't even waste your time. See, you need to when you go, you have the same right that she has. She has that right to ask you questions, and you do too.
Black men do not have the same rights that black women have in these
bullshit. Well, you better demand that you do, because you can't. No, she can't just question you.
No, but what I'm saying is, that takes the fun of it. That takes the fun out of it. That kind of defeats the purpose when it is that I gotta go in, you know what I'm saying, with my gear on to deal with black. When with the other women, I don't have to go in with my gear on, right? So then it's like, okay, so if I'm dealing with life is what it is, you know what I'm saying, is life, you know what I'm saying, I'm looking for peace. I'm not really ready to suit up. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but with all
You know what
women,
I'm
you
saying?
need to go in with your gear on.
Because I know that because I gotta do my checkpoint list with black women to kind of balance out what they're doing. I
You
don't
need
want
to
to
do
balance.
your checkpoint list with all women. It doesn't matter the color, and it doesn't matter how nice you think they are. It just
Yeah,
doesn't
I agree with
matter.
that.
You should have a list, a checklist. You should have conversations that you want to have too. It's not that you're going in geared up and suited up, but even if it is, you need to be geared up and suited up with every woman. Not just the black women, just because the black sister, she may got a little more attitude or, might give you a little more pushback. It doesn't matter. Stay suited up.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think you underestimating yourself a little bit there. I know you don't want to have to deal with that, but you need to deal with that for your sanity in the long run.
Got you.
Yeah,
But see,
she's right. You're
I
underestimating yourself.
man,
And what happens is you can't give. Listen, I understand our women are literally a headache in a box, but you can't ignore that other women are headaches. The only difference is that yo, listen, Ian, once again, 101 ways to insult a woman into liking you, right? Go on a date and say, hey, you cute and all, but can you take a punch? What she say, right? Let her know, like, yo, if I gotta stomp your ears together tonight, are you gonna be able to like take that like a woman? Because like, yo, I can't have no back talk in my house. You gotta find ways to cross navigate the foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're underestimating yourself. Dr. G is right. You got to have your gear on. Once again, you're talking about the gremlins, bro. When you first take them on a date, they're gizmo. But once you allow them to be who they are, they will be who they are. I always tell men the difference between the good one and the bad one is not giving them the leverage to be the bad one.
But here's the thing though. Right?
Right.
With other ones, right? I can even say if she ain't really, if she kind of going outside, if she wants to start turning into the gremlin, right? Because I'm gonna say, because there was a foreign chick from where's she from? She from Saudi Arabia, Jordan, or whatever. See, listen, this chick really, right? When she turned into a gremlin, she could barely even function. Like being a gremlin was so hard for her, right? Like the argument was so difficult for her. It almost was making her sick, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like this is how a lot of other women are. Like so when I exert my masculinity or whatever, it works. Like she'll kind of back down. That don't happen when you're dealing with she don't back down.
Yo, man. Look, Ian, look. I gotta set up. I'm gonna set up a stream just for you, and I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna actually give y'all. I'm gonna set it up. You and Dr. G are just going, because one thing I love about Dr. G is she's nuanced, right? So she's not gonna be. She has diverted from the female constitution of always blaming the guy, right? She gives you a very nuanced. The one thing I admire about Dr. G, she honors her profession. She goes from a psychological standpoint, and yeah, I think you and her should have a one-on-one about that, because I think a lot of it is you. I think you want to make. It's like the woman is when I used to eat sweets. So a woman's like, let's say the woman's like a red velvet cake, but you want her to morph into a pound cake. But no matter how much you want her to be a pound cake, she's a red velvet cake. But the key is that they're both cake. And the key is, if you like cake, you just learn how to deal with it. That's just it. I mean, any man that's knowledgeable, you know my theory on that. In order for you to know women, you gotta have them rip out your heart. That's just how women are. Like any man that tells me he's never been through heartbreak but no women, he's lying. He's lying.
Yes.
He's lying.
Yeah.
He has to have that woman literally rip his heart out and hand it to him, and then he can tell me he understands women. If a man says, "I ain't been through that with no woman," I know you're lying. You're lying because by them being so attractive and being the fairest sex, we act like they're not monsters. A woman could literally have you out on the street, butt naked on a balcony, singing in the rain, and nobody know what happened to Ian. You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened to that dude? He was cool. Like, yo, it's real. So I want to set up a stream whenever you and Dr. G are free. I just want to hear the conversation between you two is like talking about the diametric opposition that men face with women and that women face with men. I think that'll be dope.
Yeah.
You know, Dr. G is a good woman. She lets her husband have his side pieces, and she still plays the role of pretty woman on every third Saturday. So she's somebody that you need to. I think you need to talk to. You know, because she's a woman, but she's nuanced and she honors her profession. A lot of women don't honor their profession. They're gonna speak through that myopic lens. But I think we've talked to Dr. G enough to know like she's honest about it. I think, listen, Atlanta's not easy. Atlanta's not, but
No, it's not.
a guy like I think a guy like yourself can win though because you know, pause. You're handsome, you're eloquent, and you stand on your square.
I don't want to win. I want peace. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, then you better not get no woman in, brother.
Yeah. She's not gonna. Yeah, bro.
You better not get no woman in, brother.
Peace?
No way.
You want peace? Listen,
Peace?
the only way, and I'm gonna tell you what my father told me. The only way you're gonna have peace with a woman is you keep duct tape in the bathroom, duct tape in the bedroom, duct tape in the kitchen, right? So when she opens her mouth, take that tape. Peace. That's it. If you got duct tape in the bedroom by the nightstand, so when she start asking stupid questions, take out the tape. If you got duct tape in the bathroom, duct tape in the kitchen when you're trying to eat your dinner, she start asking all these. That's it. Keep duct tape. That's the only way you're gonna have peace and still have your lady. Right? See, Dr. G agree with that. That just have some duct tape.
Right. Okay.
Not.
Yeah.
No duct tape.
It's the duct tape. Okay.
Get the duct tape.
This is what
Dr. You don't know what she's saying.
This is what Dr. G prescribes too. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with the
Not.
Go to Home Depot. You can get 4 rolls for like $20. Like, get you some duct tape. But if you think you're gonna have the woman just walk around the house freely and you're gonna have peace, you're in trouble.
Yeah. There's duct tape. Okay, I'm gonna go with
duct tape. Unless if you think she's gonna walk around freely and not get on your nerves and give you peace, man, please.
Peace of her mind.
That's it. Give you some duct tape. That's it. But what I'm saying is like, don't underestimate your capabilities and your skill set. You know, the bottom line is we understand that when we see them, we see like the beauty and we see like this inspiration. You know, if you see a beautiful woman, whether she's yours or not, there's something inspiring about that to you, right? It makes you want to be better. Right? And then she asks you a silly question, you're like, okay, you like the rest of them. I don't know. Right? You just like, oh, you know? Right. So that's what I'm saying. You know? And you got the tools in the toolbox, brother. You know, and you have access to our best friend who's a doctor. And if Dr. G's busy, I'll give you I'll give you Christina, who's another therapist and clinician. She'll help you. And I'll set up in you. You got the tools, man. I know you're dealing with certain traumas. You know, I was telling somebody this today. You know why I love the fact that women are crazy? Because it lets me know I'm sane. I don't mind, because I'm like, oh, y'all don't want this. I used to think it was me. You know how refreshing that is to realize you're the same one? Like, that's fine with me. Just Ian, take I don't know if you're on Facebook. Take 5 minutes to look at all your female friends' posts. And I want you to look at all the crazy things they say about men. and then you realize they chose them. They chose them. That lets you know something, right? So, women are an enigma to us, and I think our best thing to do is allow them to be natural. Be in a natural order. Let them be who they are. It's fine to me. I don't find it a detriment. Let them be in a natural order. I think that's what helped our parents. Obviously they had less distractions, but that's what helped our parents stay together. If you think about it, let them be in a natural order. Let her be who she wants. Because at the end of the day, a woman, for the most part, if you're a real man, she can't stop you from being a man. She can't stop you from being analytical, logical, rational, right? And you can't stop her from being emotional, and you can't stop her from being fanciful. I think that's the difference. So on that note, we've been going for 2 hours, and Dr. G, we'll figure this out so you won't be late to the party again. If you do, I'm gonna have to contact your husband so he can get the duct tape out.
Oh.
And
yeah, okay.
But I will speak to you dudes tomorrow. I'm about to go to bed after I watch my LA Clippers beat the Golden State Warriors. But I am going to sleep. Peace.